the newest episode of Teen Wolf TV Time with me. Today's episode is Echo House. We start things off with Stiles getting checked into a mental facility. Much to his father's chagrin and Scott's chagrin, everybody's chagrining over Stiles getting committed. Apparently, it's his decision. I personally think it's a bad decision because of what happens later in the episode. In mental institutions, they really don't hesitate to sedate you, so if you were trying to stay out of trouble, why would you go to a place where they could sedate you? And, you know, sleeping is not really good for you. I guess in hindsight, he was thinking maybe he would be safe because he could get out and go anywhere and do anything. But your dad's the sheriff. Why don't you just have him put you in jail for 3 or 4 days? I feel like that would have a more desired effect. But then again, you wouldn't have gotten laid. But we'll get to that later. I need the Stilinski family actors to just win all of the awards, because when Stiles' dad was talking about that pillow and getting emotional, like, my heart broke. Because they're all each other has, and like, he's not comfortable leaving Stiles in this place, and Stiles is trying to be strong for his dad like he always is, but like, they both just want to break down and cry and hug each other and pretend that none of this is happening. And I want to be in on that hug, not just sexually, but you know, because I have feelings and I'm a human and I feel bad for this family. So the sheriff didn't end up taking Stiles out of there. He leaves him, much to his chagrin. Apparently I like the word chagrin today. Then 2 minutes into his stay, somebody has hung themselves. And what's strange about the person that hung themselves is that they looked kind of like Stiles. And that was probably on purpose because of that damn evil mummy that's following him around. Probably made that dude look like him. That's not a way I would want to start my stay anywhere. Somebody committing suicide. That kind of brings your rating down on like TripAdvisor or something. Part of me is starting to think that the Nogitsune is trolling the sheriff by saying that Stiles might have this form of dementia because it's like a trickster, and what better way to hurt Papa Stilinski than to try and take his son away the same way that he lost his wife. That is very cruel, and I hope, well, I'm torn. I'm hoping that's not the case because of the sheriff's feelings, but then at the same time, I hope it is the case because then Stiles can be fine. That is, of course, unless Argent kills him. And speaking of Argent, he is back-to-back with Derek, which means we get back-to-back #Hargent. And I am still shipping it, even though they are having a very dark conversation about killing Stiles and how they would feel about it afterwards. I'm surprised they even mentioned Jackson because, like, we kind of forgot he was a thing. Well, I didn't forget because you can never forget a face like that. But he has, like, seems to have been forgotten in the grand scheme of things, aside from, like, when Lydia mentioned him being, like, the American Werewolf in London or something. Whatever. Malia caught Stiles slipping with that punch, though. That's not how you say hello, unless you're like an alpha twin, and you are not. You are a pressed coyote bitch, so you need to calm it down, punching people. Miss Morell is back, and you know I'm a fan of her. Not really, but yeah, kind of. I don't know. I'm indifferent. Well, not indifferent, because I do feel some type of way about her. But, like, I can't tell if it's a positive feeling or a negative feeling. It's really irrelevant right now because she's here and she's doing things to help Stiles or hinder him. She doesn't want him to fall asleep, and she keeps pulling him to the side to have private chats. So somebody's probably thinking something's going on with them, but it's all business. But back to killing Stiles for a second. You can tell in Chris's voice that he's like stealing himself off so that he can kill him and not feel bad. Which is why he told that cryptic story about killing that other kid. And then, like, well, Derek's like, will you feel bad about killing Stiles? And he was like, Stiles, yeah, but then he gets Gane, no. They're the same thing, Chris Argent. They're the same thing. So if you kill one, you kill the other. So you need to either feel bad for both or feel bad for neither. And I'm hoping you'll feel bad for both, but I'm really hoping that you don't kill either because I need Stiles. Well, you can, like, exercise and it gets an A or something. I don't know. Throw some salt down or something to get rid of him, but I need Styles to not die. Okay? Thanks. Okay, so everybody wants to kill Styles now. It's not just Chris Argent. It's not just those weird, like, Spanish people. Now Miss Morella's threatening to kill him. Like, everybody is making thinly veiled threats against his life, and I do not appreciate it. I need it to stop immediately before I get upset. So now we're knocking over armored cars. Is this Teen Wolf or is this the Italian Job? Are we going to drive away in Mini Coopers? Or since it's 2014, maybe we'll drive away in Fiats? I don't know, but knocking off an armored car sounds kind of like a bad plan. Especially since it's like a smallish town. They're going to know who you are. Oh, these kids are so dumb. Who the hell just wants to be a coyote? Like, that's so weird. I mean, I understand you killed your mom and your sister, and that's probably a lot to deal with. But who wants to be an animal for the rest of their life? Like, I'd rather be able to turn it off and on, but, like, I don't want to just be an animal always. Maybe it's to each their own. I'm not that person. I don't like being outside like that. You can keep being a wolf or a coyote or a fox. Keep all that. I'll keep being human and doing me. If there's one thing you can say about the Alpha Twins, it is that they are dedicated to a plan, and they are dedicated to this attack, the armored car plan. Despite everybody saying, no, we're not going to do that, they are 110% committed to it, and I respect that. I respect that about you Alphas. Well, Omega Twins, because y'all's Alpha Mojo got snatched. Okay, Oliver's a little bit weird, and I was going to be really upset if he wasn't a part of that whole steal the keys plan, but I'm assuming since he smiled at the end of it that he was a part of it. Then we found out later that he is way more cray than he let on, which was a little hard to do anyway since he was already weird. But they're in an institution, so I probably shouldn't call them weird. That's probably rude and frowned upon. Well, now that Styles is sedated, he's about to go on an acid trip and a half. You know he can't handle being asleep or being alone, and now he's about to do both. Will he survive? Probably. Is it just me, or is Kira's outfits getting more and more kawaii with every passing episode? Like, this week it's those ugly plaid pants, last week it was that skirt pant combo thing. Like, she's getting more and more into her stereotypes. Like, I don't understand. She was like not doing all that at the very beginning. Now she's doing it and doing it big. And she almost killed Scott with that katana. She really needs to chill out. Like, I like her and I like that she's part of the team, but like, she's so overzealous. I feel like she's gonna mess something up soon. But I will give her this. She is a ride or die chick. She is always there for Scott, down for whatever. That's because she want to go down on him, but that's beside the point. Well, Styles is clearly, like, thirsty for the entire Hale family, because if he can't have Derek, he's gonna have Malia. We don't know, well, they don't know that she's a Hale yet, but we know, and they are clearly doing it in that basement at the most inopportune times. Like, I do not understand how sex works in Teen Wolf. Like, they wait for themselves to be in, like, the heart of a crisis, and they're like, hey, do you want to blow me real quick? And they're like, well, there's a demon mummy chasing us, but sure, we can spare the time. Let's do it real quick. And see, y'all was having sex, and then Oliver caught y'all slipping because y'all hand was in a cookie jar, literally. So now we have to deal with this crisis. I just can't. And I do not condone unprotected sex because they took all of your stuff, so you did not have a condom. What if somebody gets pregnant or gets an STI? Oh, Teen Wolf. I still appreciate Scott's strong moral compass. It's just always pointing due north because he does not want to kill people, even though they should have probably killed that dude. So did all that happen, or was Styles like loosely dreaming? I don't understand what happened there at the end. But what I do get is that they're talking about turning Styles into a werewolf, which is A+. They probably should have done that a while ago, even though people are like, oh, we like Styles as human because then it like keeps the show from being like supernatural. Whatever. He has been there since the beginning. I feel like he deserves this bite, especially if it gets an 8 out of him and he does not get dementia. I'm only seeing positives. Win-win, win-win, win. But knowing this show, it'll probably not work and he'll die anyways. I don't think you can just leave a psych facility just because you feel like it. That's all I have for today. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, send this video to your mom, your dad, your uncle, your aunt, then it gets an A, send it everywhere. I love you dearly. Goodbye.